the quarterback draft board that you currently have for you going into this draft for the best prospects in the NFL at that position are, go for it.
Trevor Lawrence, we're not going to argue about that, right? He's the best quarterback prospect since Andrew Luck. He's number one. I think the conversation really starts there. I personally have Justin Fields as the number 2 quarterback in this draft. Zach Wilson, the number 3 quarterback. And I posted it this morning on Twitter. They are ranked one spot apart on my overall big board, number 6 and number 7 overall. Trey Lance coming in at QB4. I have him as the number 11 overall prospect. And then Mac Jones from Alabama, the number 5 quarterback for me, and ranked number 26 overall on the big board. So a bit of a drop down to Mac Jones, in my opinion. All good quarterbacks, right? To have a first-round grade as a quarterback is you got to be pretty good at what you're doing. But I think there are some gaps between these prospects.
Let's get into Justin Fields here, Matt Miller, because it is now widely assumed, and I think correctly so, that the Jets are not going to go in his direction. That's going to be a Zach Wilson spot for him. So what is the evaluation on Justin Fields? And let's throw it all in the mix here, because as you know, I don't want to get you involved in the Orlovsky Herb Street set to here. Yep. But yep. that's what's happening right now with this kid who's going to have a second pro day. Throw it a second pro day because Ohio State has scheduled a number 2 for him and everyone else. What is your evaluation of Justin Fields?
Yeah, I'm in love with the player and the person. I think when you look at Justin Fields, the first thing you have to say is he has won at every level. High school, a true freshman at Georgia, he was kind of in a situation where he didn't even have the opportunity to unseat Jake Fromm. But when he was on the field, he was productive and played well. He transferred to Ohio State, never lost a game in the Big Ten. I'm sorry to bring that up to Michigan fans listening to this. Never lost a game in the Big Ten. Took his team to the college football playoffs 2 years in a row. He is 6'3", 230 pounds. He has, I think, the strongest arm in this class. Zach Wilson throws a beautiful deep ball. I think Justin Fields' arm is a little bit stronger overall. He ran a 4.4 in the 40-yard dash. Even if you want to account for the pro day watch being a little faster, that's still exceptionally fast at 230 pounds for a quarterback. So I look at it, Rich, and say, okay, when we're evaluating players, what we try to do is what can they do, and then what questions do I have that I can't answer? With Justin Fields, I know what he can do, and I have the fewest questions because I've seen him do it in the Big Ten, seen him do it against Alabama and Clemson and Notre Dame. He's done it against the best of the best. So I don't know why we are over-evaluating this prospect. It comes down to, I've heard people say he can't get off his first read. Watch the Clemson game. He's getting to his 4th read. He threw 6 touchdowns against Brent Venables' defense. That doesn't happen. Or you have people saying, I love Dan Orlovsky. He's great at his job, and I know he's just sharing information that he hears. But yeah, let's remember, when the Ohio State season was shut down, when the Big Ten said, no, we're not going to play, it was him who said, let us play. And when everything happened last summer with the George Floyd murder and the Black Lives Matter movement, it was Justin Fields stepping up and becoming a leader. And so maybe he's not the loudest, Tom Brady dropping F-bombs, but he is a good leader. And he's shown that through his time at Ohio State. So I think a lot like Justin Herbert last year, we're overthinking it with Justin Fields. And the same thing happened with Deshaun Watson, who I don't even know if we're supposed to say his name right now because of the allegations, but as a football player, the same thing happened to Deshaun Watson. These guys get overthought because we know they're good for a long time. And then in 2 years, we're like, dang, how did Justin Fields fall so far in the draft? Who let this happen? And I'm glad that I'm going to have a lot of clips now of me saying, don't let this guy fall in the draft.
Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.